Hello friends, and welcome back to Java's virtual session. Uh, I'll continue with the session of an applet. In last sessions we had discussions on the applet. It was Java's applications which runs on the browser, and we discussed how to override the method called as paint, which is provided by the applet, and how to set the background color and font, and how to draw and fill the drawing and sketching. And it's a graphics we generate using Java on the web. Now first of all, we need to understand about in today's sessions life cycle of an applet. Now while executing an applet follows its own life cycle. Means for it will not directly give a call to the paint. First of all, there is a init method. Right? Applet get initialized, then it gets started, then it will, if you can navigate from that web page where the applet is running. If you from that web page, if you navigate to another page, it will give a call to the stop, right? And then it will, if you close the web page, it will give a call to the destroy event. So init is for applet initialization. Right? It starts executing, starts applet, and it gives the stop. And it destroys, means like kill the process, right? And then we have a paint. We already discussed. It paints the applet, right? And you got a repaint even, repaint and update. Repaint, update, like okay, modify the settings, modify the settings, right? And paint again, that is repaint. But update means your override the exist one, right? I'll explain to that each and everything. Init means initialization, right? And then start means it start the execution of the applet. Stop means for a while it will halt it again means once you when it gives a call to the stop, means if you navigate from that current page where the applet window is, and if you navigate from that page to other page, it will give a call to the stop method, right? And again, if you resume back to the same web page, again it will give a call called a start. The start stop continuously going on unless and until you close that web page. And once you close that web page, it will give a call to the destroy. So init, start, stop, destroy. These are the basic life cycle applet has to go through. And paint, as I prior sessions I already explained you that whatever the applet logic you are having, if you want to you write that entire logic in the paint. Repaint means now if some updated settings you did it and you want to repaint it again, like with the updated modified settings, then you have a repaint. And update means if you have a updated settings, in case of repaint and update will means like paint will paint the things for the first time. Repaint will update with the modified settings, and update will actually override the exist one. Means like if you have a prior paint logic available, on the same paint logic it will override again. That is called the update. But this is the difference between update and the paint. Paint will paint the things with the settings. Repaint will repaint it, but update will actually override the exist settings over there. This is what actually the life cycle of an applet. To understand this furthermore, I'll be demonstrating with the code using NetBeans. I am creating a Java applications with the name of demo applet, and create that particular class by the same name. Now here like let's say public class demo applet I am generating. As you know that if you want to generate the applet, then you have to import java.applet.star. You have to import java.awt.star. These are the primary things required over here. So public class demo applet, you have to extend your class from the applet class, right? You have to understand the difference between the capital applet and the small applet. Small applet refers to the package and capital applet actually refers to the class. So now my class actually extends from the applet, and as you know that applet won't consist the main method, so you have to override public void pent, and pent always requires graphics object as an argument, right? This is what primary things are there. But now in this particular demonstrative code, first of all I am planning to explain you the life cycle of an applet. So what I will do is like here, if you don't like override the methods like init, start, stop, destroy and all, so directly it will give a call to the pent only. And but like if you override the methods like public void init, now first of all it will give a call to the init methods. What I will do, I will write one develop string over here, like string str equals to something, right? Initially, and then when if the control travels to the init, then I will write str plus equals to means concat the strings over there. Applet initialized, right? This is the string. It will be concated to the when it gives a call to the init over there. Then I am going to override another method, public void like let's say you start, and here I will concat to applet started, right? Then I'll define the stop, and then here I will define the destroy. Right? And here in this case, as you know, okay, this dot set background, color dot whichever that you required, and then g dot draw string, the string that is str, and the coordinates where you want to print it, let's say 100, 100, right? And that's it. If you want to because basically what we are trying over here, our motive is to demonstrate life cycle of an applet. As I already explained, that life cycle this applet actually will not directly give a call to the pent. If you want to write the complete life cycle applet, it will initialize firstly, then give a call to the start, and then stop, start, stop. This kind of methods are going to be exchanged, and then if you close the applet window, it will give a call to the destroy. So let us understand this the example. Like here I declared a global string as a null value initially, and then I'll whenever it give a call to the init, obviously like init will give a call only once when the applet get initialized. So in that global str, applet initialized string will be concatenated, plus equal to is going to do the same thing, is whatever the previous str value you are going to add the at this particular string. So initially it was null, now it will be added applet initialized. There I'll come to know that, and the applet cycle give a call to the init method, and then it will give a call to the applet. Then it will say applet started, stop, and destroyed. And these all the things I am able to view it. What will be the value of str added into the right, like that str that I am going to actually getting into the drawing in the paint over there. Let us execute this. What the result you will get, that it will take some time to get the results, because it is going to compile everything and then run it on the applet window. Okay. Now here what you will find, that applet initialize and applet started. It means applet initially get initialized, right? Means first of all the first call goes to the init, right? Because in the init we wrote that applet initialized. So first call goes to the init, and then after init it will give a call to the start. Means applet is on the started now. Now here in the applet window, if I say stop, and again if I say start, so what the string it will generate? Initialized, started, stop, and again started. Means like applet get initialized only once, then it started, then I deliberately I give a call to the stop, and again I will start it over, right? So if I again, means every time if I switch from the current page to the other page, because applet is up till now we understand that applet is a Java's applications, or it's a artwork or a graphical visualizations which we embed in a web page. So if you navigate from other link and navigate to the other page over there, so it will give a call to the stop, and if you resume back to the same page again, then it will give a call to the start operations again. So applet start functioning once you resume back to the same page. But if you close the this particular applet window, then it will give a call to the destroy. This is the way how applet performs its life cycle over there. Hope you understand what is life cycle of an applet means. What is life cycle of an applet? Applet executes by using init, start, stop, destroy, and pend, right? So if you again give a call to the means again if you run the applet window, then by default it will start like init. That's like the loop, the initial statements or the initialization statement will be started, and then you got a terminations and incrementations. Like in the similar manner, like if you give a call to the first to the init, and then start and stop will continuously gets a call to, and once you close the applet window, it gives a call to the destroy method over there. Obviously, if you close everything, so that destroy message will not be you will get on the window over there. But like if you are using system or other printer, and you will print that particular message as well. So this is the way how applet is going to perform the your basically the life cycle of an applet, right? Okay, after understanding how we can develop an applet life cycle, let us add a new class, maybe okay, we do one thing in the source package. You added a new class by the name of demo image. It means I want to any JPG or AP or GIF image I want to put on the applet window. Then how I can do it? Then for that reason I'm having a demo image .java class I am developing. Now first of all I need to have an image. So any image you have on the Facebook or any picture, any sort of in the pictures, you carry that image, you copy that image and paste it over here. Now this I'm using a.jpg file for the demonstration of applet, how I can put it in the applet window. So for that reason I'll be writing the title that demonstrating image on applet, right? I'll be reading import java.applet.star import java.awt.star, right? And here public class demo image extends applet. Now to have an image to draw the image, which is like in the GIF format basically, because it's not an artwork, that ready-made image, I'm going to put it into the onto the applet. So in such situations, I have to use a class called as image. Image is a class actually belongs to AWT package, right? So you declare image like instance or image object on the top, or variable on the top of the demo image class, and then you override init method. In the init method, that image global variable need to be initialized. So img equals to actually applet class provides you a method called as get image. Applet class provides the method called as get image from which source you are getting the image. There are get code base is where the code is on the same package you are importing the image, and what is the name of the image that you have to specify in the second argument. Like name of the image is a.jpeg, right? So whatever the extensions or the image you are having, what I did, I copy the picture and paste it to the default package, so that image will be accessible. And then I am generating a class which is extending from applet, and then here like in the class I'm declaring a variable of an image, and in the init, because init is a method which is going to get a first call, so image get is img equal to this dot get image. Get code base means like kindly get the image from the package where the code is, and then they specify the name of the image. And after means in this manner image object get initialized, and then you go to the pend, public void pend, right, and graphics g, and your graphics will provide you the draw image method. Draw image, right? Image. There are a lot of override methods. You can pick up any one, like let's say draw image, like this, and okay. Draw image is the object, and then you can specify the xy. Let's say 100 is x, 100 is a y, and the width of the image may be 200 and 200, and this is a current applet reference, right? Object reference over there. So g dot draw image, the object of image which we initialize, and the x, y, width, height what we specify, and the reference of the applet object. And this is like predefined method, draw image. Get image, predefined method in the applet class. Draw image in the graphics class, whichever the image get initialized, and you can able to put under the applet window. You can able to pen it on the window. Let's run the code and let's test it how it works. Look at here, like here I'm applet will be started, and then on the 100 means like this is your 100 is a x and 100 is a y, 100 is a x and 100 is a y, and then from the 200 is a width and the 200 will be the height of it. It will generate that particular image over there. If I need a image of original size, then I just need to pass on x and y, that's it. And if you run it, you will get a like whatever the size of the image, it will pick up and able to print it over there. Just take some time to run, because it will, that image may be a larger one. Okay. Now look at here the result. Because the image size is quite large, so it takes time to load. It's better like you customize the image by the specific width and height over that, right? So that you can align the image properly on the applet window. Okay, hope you understand this. Now in the last sessions we discussed how to draw the lines, how to draw the rectangle, how to fill the circle and all. And today in today's sessions we first of all focus on the what is the life cycle of an applet, and how the life cycle will be performed, and then I able to demonstrate to you how I can able to put the GIF image or JPG image onto your applet window. What you do? You have to extend your class from the applet, okay, and image is a predefined class available in the AWT. So you create the variable of it, and in the init you just get the image by get code base and specifying the name of the image, and in the print you have a draw image, and then you have to specify the customize X and Y and width and height to put that image onto the print over there. Hope you understand this, right? Thank you.